Hello. Welcome everybody. Good to see you. Thank you for just dropping in. This one's kind of off the cuff. It's great to see you. Hope you're doing well. And as always, and more than ever when it's off the cuff, you guys can hit the like button, tweet it out, tell friends, let everybody know what's going on. This is not going to be too long of a stream, folks. We're on here simply to answer some questions that's been arising. We're getting a ton of them in Twitter, Facebook, even a couple in email, which is not too often, but
no.
People are talking and people are asking, so this is our chance to talk about it. I'm going to say right off the bat, folks, no numbers, okay? If we do and we ask, like, you want to say, I've gone down by this much, just say once, no, I know someone to sneak it past the goalie and get him in. Folks, it's not about that tonight, okay? Let's instead figure out what's going on with everything. Let's talk it out, give you guys a chance to vent, give you guys a chance to ask questions. It's great to see you all. We got Lucky Beach Slots, we got Hex Mini Plays, Gambling Granny, once again, fantastic video. And Lucky Beach Slots, thank you so much last night for letting us be a test ground. I'm going to talk a little bit more about what's going on with their channel again, but thank you so very much. Big shout out to Lucky Beach Slots. Oh, and big shout out to my son for coffee. Couldn't have come at a better time. There we are.
Perfect. Yes, you got to start the live stream with a good cup of coffee, and this would be a great segue for a sponsorship.
Yes.
But no, we don't.
Does anybody
have
out there have a coffee company? We'd love to endorse you. I swear to God, I'll mainline it if I have to. If that's what it takes to get the coffee coming in.
We drink coffee more than water or anything else here. Well, no matter if you have a coffee or maybe something stronger tonight, it is Monday, but you know what? These days, all the days are all mixed into one, and especially after that 4th of July celebration, 1st of July, and some of you might say, what was the 1st of July? Well, if you're not Canadian, then you might not know it was Canada Day. But cheers to you with coffee or with drinks. Good to see each and every one of you. If I can prompt you to click that like button and share it out, I would really appreciate if you can do that. And of course, if you're new here, say hi in the chat and subscribe.
And like we said, folks, we're not going to be on too long tonight. The whole part of this is not only to answer questions here, but also to give a chance for people to come back and see the replay if they didn't catch it live. So therefore, they can get answers to their questions as well. If you make a live stream too long, that just doesn't happen. So we want to jump into it. Nescafe. I was thinking of Sanka. Something really well. I guess I've been watching too much Family Guy with my daughter lately. I'm doing playbacks to the 80s and that. The Tribs, how are you doing? Great to see you. I would say the Trib. Mr. Paul Murray is in the house. Oh my God, you're too kind, Paul. You're too kind. And you're not too bad yourself, taking over some of Roger's spots and doing a fantastic job, I might say. Sunflower Queen Girl, how are you doing? Great to see you. Vegan Realist is in the house. We got Cat Toy Lady. We got the lady that keeps us in line, Jenny O'Brien. Jackie, Spirits of Adventures here. Yeti, Mountain Trading, who just became a member again yesterday. Well, my golly, it's Mr. Rodney Bell is in the house. How are you doing? Great to see you, buddy. Auctions for you. Well, how are you doing? Great to see you. Hope you're doing well. South Farmer. I was going to call you South Farmer. Love these guys. Love what they're doing. You and Roy are absolutely amazing. Some amazing YouTubers. Lots of great people here. True North Angler, how you doing? Great to see you. Carpenter Rick is in the house. The Rights Way. I knew when I said hi to Paul where this was all going. I knew where this was all heading. Xenia, you're up.
We also missed one from, I must say, Jonathan Roseberry. Yes. So if you're new here, guys, we are going to start, as always, saying hi to you. And, of course, our super chat to Jonathan Roseberry was just a tip of that super chat. And super chat to Paul Murray. You are so cool. Thank you so much for that super
I can see him giggling at the camera at the computer right now.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Read your title. Got up grumpy because my account had dropped considerably. Must have happened to everyone. Lots are getting it. Lots are getting it. Yes, for sure. Billy's Big Top. And we're also going to talk about what not to do right now. And I can't stress that enough. And that's something you're not going to want to miss because I'm seeing a lot of what not to do's. And this is going to be just as important as what's going on. Pixel Pia, how are you? Great to see you. I hope you're doing fantastic. An amazing lady. All kinds of great people in here. Food Galore, Mako. Wherever I look, I'm seeing great channel. Punchy Paints. I had 50. Once again, folks, that's no problem. If you want to say I had 50 subscribers disappear, let us know. Just no numbers I dropped from this to this because you know some jacket's going to come in here and try and do it as a way of trying to promote their channel while I'm at this and that. That's all we ask is just if you need to say it, let us know. Okay, I lost 100 or I lost 100. That's fine. Don't put it 25 times. just let us know like that. That's no worries. John T. Cash in the house. John T. Cash, plug your ears. It is so great to see you, buddy, but it's going to get crazy.
Super sticker, super chat, super sticker, super chat, super sticker, super chat, super sticker, super chat. Hit that like button. Paul Murray is reminding us to hit that like button and sharing it out. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. To appreciate it. I know he loves getting her all wound up. I know he absolutely loves that. He gets such a kick out of it. Can't thank him enough for
now
that.
We have the Art of Handmade Dolls and stuff also talking about dropping 45 in one swoop. 45 subscribers. Guys, if you have lost any big amount of subscribers, let us know in the chat. Once again, don't say from what to what, just overall, how many did you lose? I see also some of you haven't lost any, which is great. Now, that's not to say that you are not going to be affected by this thing that has been going on, and we're going to be talking about a little
or
bit
that
today.
It's over.
Or that it's over. That's also a good question. So yeah, we're going to talk about what is going on, what might be the reasons of what to do and what not to do, which is even more important.
That's right. That's right. Exactly, folks. And it really is. It's, hey, Creator Spotlight is in the house. How you doing? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Deech and Ronia, Jelly's Journeys. How are you? I am, as always, though, going to give a rock star welcome in just a second. I want to make sure I say hi to all you folks because it's great to have you in here. Please hit the like button, tweet it out, tell friends, all that good stuff. It really does help us out a lot, especially this one's an impromptu. We've been getting tons of questions coming in through Twitter, through Facebook, etc., etc., etc. It was just easier at this point to come and do a quick live stream with you guys and talk about it. Give you a chance to vent, give you a chance to ask questions. Hey, Chuckers Realm, what's going on? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well.
Hello.
Had a great chat with you the other night.
Super sticker, super chat, super sticker, super chat, super sticker, super chat, super sticker, super chat. Squeezing one in before those hellos for Paul Murray. Thank you so much for the super sticker, super chat. Thank you.
Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all doing amazing. And thank you so much, Paul. I know you love getting her wound up. And I see the trips there have lost 30. I see that as well. Everybody's Ronnie Bell lost 7. Now remember, folks, these numbers are usually going to be proportionate to what your channel size is, of course. You know, that's most of the way. Unless, and there's some exceptions to that, we're going to talk about that too in just a second. My Lady Cooking Show, what is going on? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic, as well as Wendell Live. Hope you're doing amazing. That's it. We're getting all ready. It's time to say hello to some great people in here. I hit 1K already. I need cushion. Scratch and bow. It's not really that kind of a show tonight. Check it out. But you're going to want to hear about this. You're not going to want to move a muscle. Folks, hit the like button, tweet it out, tell friends. And let's give ourselves here a Rockstar welcomes. Actually, now that we got memberships, I like to call it like I'm a Midwest pilot. And I want to... Folks, we're flying at an altitude of 33,000 feet. It is 9 p.m. here. We're flying across. If you look down to the side, you will see a Trontosaurus devouring the city of, Wichita. Wichita. Yeah, that's right. It's devouring Wichita. It burns. It burns. It burns. I could have crashed the plane, you know. Thank you so much, Gil Skills, for... and actually, I got a message here. Thank you so much, buddy. Our computer crashed this weekend. We lost all of our backups. We got them back, but we had a huge disaster going on, so the whole weekend was trying to clean up that mess. Oh my God, the Bearded Picker is in here as well. Great, there's a lot of channels of different sizes. I'm so glad you guys are in here tonight. You guys will be so crucial to the conversation. Some channels just beginning, some like Bearded Picker, who's way over 70K and stuff like that. This is fantastic. And folks, we're not going to be on for too long, so don't move a muscle. Let's say hello, folks. Let's get that end going here. I want to say hello to all of our members. First, we got Yeti Mountain Trading in the house. Wendell Live Music Videos is with us, folks. We have Pixel P, a lifelong learning, Mr. Paul Murray, who's been throwing around the super chats like it's nobody's business, as well as Jonathan Roseberry, too. Great to see you. The lady that keeps us in line, Jenny O'Brien, is in the house, folks. And our resident sweetie, Jackie Hutter, Food Reviews. That's right, you heard me right, folks. We got Exploring Stranger Things UK with us, folks. We got Creator Spotlight in the house. Carpenter Rick is with us. Great to see you. And Auctions for You, another fantastic lady. Hope you're all doing well. Great to see you all. I also want to welcome West, let me see where we start here. West Haven, always and forever. Vegan Realist. Ultimate Turtle, Trisha's Motivations and More, The Trips, The Art of Handmade Dolls and Stuff, Thames World, Tasha Ridnoir, we have Scratch and Bow on the Go, TGG, we have Rodney Bell, we have Red and Classy, we have Purgatory, Paranormal NY, we have Punchy Paints, we got Past Life Explorers, Naomi's Slot Channel, My Old Lady's Cooking Show, Mark's Sidebottom, L Galaxy, we got Laz DIY, we got Joker's Realm, we have J-Dog One Party RE, we have Jackie's Spirit of Adventure, we have I'm Spangies, hey, what's going on? We got Honey Mama 2.0, welcome, we got Hash Firelord, I hope I'm pronouncing it properly, welcome. Grandpa Rails in the house. We got Mr. Gill Skills in the house, folks, that's right. We got Jelly's Journeys, we got Gambling Granny, we have Food Galore Mako, Fern the Camper, Extra Step CEO, we have Chills TV, Cherokee Girl, we have Cat Toy Lady, Carter Hunt, Billy's Big Top, folks. We got also Bearded Picker in the house and 2 ATVs and our life. A big welcome to you all, folks. It's great to have you. Looking forward to having a quick but very important conversation. Rockin' Robbie's Roadhouse. What are you doing, bud? I was just talking with you a minute ago. Great to see another fellow Canadian. We got Elf Lord's Journey in the house. Hope you're doing amazing. Anybody else we missed, folks, make sure to say hi and highlight our names so we give you a welcome as well. We're just about to jump into it. CW Gaming, how you doing? The Silent Killer, the Realist, how are you? MSI is in the house. How are you? Anybody else I missed?
Well, so many amazing people here, and I see some of the people we haven't seen for a while.
It's great to see you.
That is good to see you. Hope everything is well with you. Rockin' Robbie's Roundhouse joining us. Honey Mama, as you are saying, joining us as well. BLT Gamers, hello. Color Culture Media from Colorado. I'm Spangies. And Purgatory Paranormal of New York. If we forgot to tell you hello in the chat, we missed you.
I didn't miss
her. Roll call. Let us know in the chat. Say hi, so we can say hi to you back.
DL Travel, what's going on? Willow Whimsy, great to see you. Who else we got? You Rock, West Haven, you Rock. You're the ones that make us look good. Well, hey, it's the Gambler After Dark. There's the man. How you doing? Great to see you.
Punchy Paints, I see your question. That also is going to come up as well. The Silent Killer, the Realist here as well. Willow Whimsy here. Hello, TL Travel. Josie, please here as well. Sinister RP, hello, how are you? LM Roll Collins, 1966. Greetings from John, St. John's, Newfoundland. I want to go there, Andrew.
I know.
Raven the Blackbird is here. Judy K here as well. Fern the Camper. Many amazing people in the chat live right now. If you can share it out, there's going to be even more amazing people in the chat, just like you.
That's right, folks, and I think it's just about time to get down to it, folks. We're going to jump into this. We just wanted to give a few minutes to give some people a chance to come in. Hope you guys can stay in for a few minutes. Don't move a muscle because we're going to talk about this fast, and I got a couple of dire warnings for you with everything going on to try and keep your channel in check. You're not going to want to miss. Vishay Yogi Beige TV, what is going on? Great to see you, as well as Mo Homesteading. Hope you're doing fantastic. Double Mine, welcome from Poland, my friend. I know it's a very early morning for you. Great to see you. That's right, Fern the Camper. I have been doing it forever. Forever and ever.
Yes, it's going to get real hot here in Montreal. We're up north in Canada, but not north enough. So it's going to be 109 degrees this week. What amazing northern country this is.
You know what I love about Canadians? They live up there all the way in that little cold place where it's always snowing and there's polar bears smiling, drinking Tim Hortons.
Well, that's what people were
saying. It's hot as hell. It's 109 Fahrenheit it's going to be this week.
When people were knowing, that I was going to Canada, that's what they're saying. Oh, it's cold there.
Yeah.
Are there polar bears there? None of that is true. None of that is true.
Nope. It's all a myth, folks. It's all a myth.
That's right, guys. That's right. Good to see each and every one of you. Just before we do this little talk today and discussion in the chat, I see already is happening as well. I just wanted to shout out our members of the week because tomorrow is going to be drawing new members of the week. So this is our last call, so to say. Last call for our members of the week, and tomorrow we're gonna have a new special wheel spinning for the members of the week, and right after members only live stream. And this time we're gonna be talking about one magic work that is gonna double your views. That's on members only live stream tomorrow. And I wanted to shout out our members of the week, Rideshare Trickster and WTF Mike. So kudos to these two guys, and check them out.
That's right, folks. And for the price of a super chat, you can get benefits that last a whole month long. And tomorrow night's going to be a great talk for members only. So if you're not a member yet, make sure to click that join button, and you'll be part of the draw tomorrow night, as well as part of the conversation on our members only stream. It's going to be a great one. Lincoln, what is going on? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Y'all gonna melt the polar ice cap.
Yeah, St. John's sounds just about right
Yep.
now. And Walker fam here, 127 lost. Wow. Ultimate Turtle, hello. Thanks for helping me hit my goal a while back on Spin the Wheel. Well, thank you so much for remembering.
Yes, thank you for being here. Glad you had a good time, and thank you so much for the super chat. But that's all on the house. We're the ones get to celebrate with you, so we're honored. Thank you so very much for that. Do appreciate it. You Drone 314, great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Hope you're doing amazing. Jackie is getting in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, 20 degrees Celsius.
Too. Yes.
Yep, that's another beautiful place.
But Montreal, apparently. So, yeah.
The Central is the oven, the easy bake oven of the country.
Easy bake, yeah, that's for sure.
Alrighty, folks, with that said, let's get down to business. Let's get talking about what we got to talk about, and that is numbers and what is going on with YouTube. First off, why? Because YouTube will never tell us in a million years. YouTube is like forecasting the stock market. You're always going to be looking for patterns, and we got patterns. Do we know what usually triggers it? A lot of times, yes. They've given clues to what they're looking for. Does it always work out that way? No. Remember, we're coming off of a huge shutdown. Most workers are at home, and that includes Google as well, who, of course, are the owners and the guardians of YouTube. And there's very little manpower taking care of things. Believe me, we know we've been trying to get things changed on our channel since about, well, we're lucky because it hit right at the beginning of it when everybody went home. And the service has been nothing but spectacular. Love you, YouTube. Would never say anything bad about you. Yes, so they're doing that fantastic, and we can't thank them enough, and nothing's been settled after 3 months, but God love their little hearts. I just hope they're enjoying their kale sandwich at home. That's all I hope for. But nonetheless, I digress. So what usually happens with numbers on YouTube? YouTube has stated since last year there was purges. A lot of you have been on for a while. Remember the big purge, the terrifying one? YouTube was supposed to be purging all the time. That's the whole deal with it. They brought it back. They didn't bring it back. It was a relaunch of a new revamped system that was supposed to be more fine-tuned to pick out problems. What are problems, you ask? Subscribers coming from declared botted IP addresses, subscribers coming from multiple subscriptions from the same IP, closed accounts. Also, what else am I forgetting? I'm forgetting another one.
Well, there's lots of reasons.
But there was like 3-4 main ones that were really targeting from this point on. That was supposed to be the update. That was what was supposed to be the game plan. Supposed to be. Now, last night we had on a channel we brought up here that we follow lots. Xenia's been over to lots, and I had to join it right in front of everybody. Don't tell me for a second they're not taking away channels that actually still watch us as well. That's not true. It's just not the... I've had to join Canadian Drone Hub a couple times now. I'm kind of familiar with them. I'm only on there 4 to 6 times a week. But that's why you have to kind of be watching what you... That's what we've always asked people in these channels, these type of things. That's one benefit about the networking side is when there's live streams, it's a good chance. But also not just with that, with people's videos, to go down and look through the list and see channels that you haven't heard from a bit. Just double check that you still have them. If you want them, of course. I mean, that's the whole point of it, is engagement. YouTube has been sweeping. We've been getting it since off and on since mid-March. And we can get it. And that's just in this batch, we'll call it, if you want to call it that way.
Yeah, you have seen and we have been asked questions. Oh my God, guys, you lost 100 subscribers. No, but we have been going back and forth, crossing that 11,600 threshold probably for 2 months now, back and forth for a good 2 months. And that's why, because it rounding up the numbers, it looks like we lost or gained 100, although it's just literally stepping over that step all the time, but it has been yo-yoing all the time. And
there's an example, folks, of the last 90 days.
Yeah.
So there you go. There you go. So right there, we're going to take a look at this for a second. We're going to start down here. Other, God knows what that is. Somebody bothered us, multiple accounts. It could be any of that stuff. It's other for a reason. It's the abyss. 75, that's closed accounts. That's people who have closed accounts, which always makes me wonder why we get 5 and stuff like that come back out of it. I guess they were risen from the dead.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
It's rising up.
Oh, hang on 1 second. I love you, YouTube. You're doing everything great. All right, back to our graft. I don't want to get yellow coins, so we got to worship every now and then. All right, folks, subscription feed. And if you've never used this before, I'm not going to show your homepage with everything's listed there. But basically what you do is when you go to your analytics, there's a graph right there. And underneath of it is see more. But be very careful, because a lot of times when you put your mouse down there, it's going to go to the video that's over top of the see more, because it can show you individual videos. Best thing to do is go under the graph and then come back up so you don't hit any. Click the see more. And then once you're at the top, you have all these different categories. And it's about, I don't know, 7 or 8 over. And you'll have subscription source. And from there, you can pick, like anything else, last 7 days, 28 days, 90 days, etc., etc., etc. Hey, the Psycho Donkey, what's going on? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. So, YouTube watch page. This is what we've been talking a lot about, that on-off switch. And what happens a lot of channels say, like, we'll take us. Oh my God, I haven't heard from Pusa Studios. They see us somewhere. I haven't seen a video of theirs in like 3 weeks. They type us in to go look for us. Oh, wait, I'm not subscribed to them, it says. Okay. So they hit subscribe. Well, that actually just turned it off because we go on the home page. Well, it can also work vice versa as well from the watch page. And if you do it there, it's going to show subscribed in the search, but you're not subscribed on the home page. And that's a huge glitch. And just by the way, there's a couple of naysayers that say, oh, well, no, I just think they're unsubscribing for you. Of course, somebody's unsubscribing for us. Nobody can be in love with everybody forever. But you can't get 20 people to agree to drop you at the same time. I haven't seen 20 people agree on anything on YouTube yet. Actually, if you could find me 20 people that agree to do it at the exact moment, I'd like to meet them, because it's the first people in history that did something together at YouTube without fighting about it. So you're on to something. I'd love to meet them. But nonetheless, some people get tired of it. I mean, you got to have that understanding on YouTube. There is some that legitimately say, you know what, they suck. I hate them. I'm fed up with this. Whatever the reason. And they have every right to. That's a good thing they're doing it instead of staying around and making your life crazy. Hats off to them. But it's not working that fast. And as you can see, you guys are losing in big chunks. That's especially what's the telltale of it. I mean, some over 120, 130. There's some that's lost even more than that we've been hearing about. And I've also been hearing some ways to fix it. And for the love of God, I hope you all stay and listen to this in a few minutes, because this is the kicker that I want everybody especially to hear. The main reason why, on top of doing this, because I got so many questions, I want to address this, what not to do about it. If you don't want to ruin your channel or take a chance of really ruin your channel. Did not know that existed. Lost 516 subs in the last 90 days. I need to get back to making more videos, Bearded Picker says. Yeah, it's a fantastic thing. The thing about it is showing you where you lost them from. The thing is how much is YouTube's glitches and stuff affected in these numbers? And the simple answer is, who the hell knows? Because we'll never know.
Well, for example, like those closed accounts. Well,
yeah.
How can you gain a subscription from closed account?
Yeah.
Like, it's impossible. It's like, it's literally like Andrew said, somebody risen from the dead. Like, it's closed. Like, you can't, it's just impossible. It's oxymoron. But nevertheless, in analytics, it shows that you gain subscribers from closed accounts. So that's interesting.
Yep.
So that just raises questions on other types of analytics that you can see just in that graph alone. And what exactly does it mean? You know. YouTube says sometimes that there are glitches. We have covered one of the glitches with a three-way power on, power off switch in one of our live streams.
You talk for me. I'm going to see if I can find one, because you know what it's like when you go looking for something.
We talked about that in one of our previous live streams, and the link is down below if that's what you're interested in as well. That's just one of the reasons how it happens, but that has been there for a while, and the effects haven't been as tremendous as lately. A couple of months, like, well, I would say most of the time 2020, couple months especially, and especially the last month or so, more and more, it's like a snowball effect. People are complaining about losing enormous chunks of subscribers. You know, when some people ask usually, oh, I lost 2, you know, I gained 10 yesterday and then I lost them today. There's always these questions, and we always answer, you know, you're going to gain them back. YouTube's just filtering them out, and that's true. YouTube does filter some of your newest subscribers out just to verify that it is a legit account, it is not a bot account. You know, it is a legitimate subscriber. So they, like in a bank, they take your money and they scan it to see if it's real. Well, that's what YouTube does, and that has been going on as well. But it definitely doesn't take away a huge chunks of your subscribers, like we have seen people here reporting in the chat as well.
Here, folks, I think I found an example. Let's try it. Willow Whimsy, who's in the chat right now, I think we're quite familiar with. It's been some time. One of our members as well. So there's Willow Whimsy there. We'll click on her name. You seen it was red. And there it is, black. Subscribed. Now, if I had clicked subscribe there, it would have shown here, but the next time you go over, it would have been red. And you basically have just unsubscribed yourself, which we call the three-way switch. If you don't know any about it, you should watch that live stream about it. It is time-stamped to where we start talking about it. It is a very, very bizarre glitch that's been going on for a long time. And what worries me is we're getting less push, which means less views, most of us. People are sourcing us out more. Not us as us Pusa Studios, but us as a whole. And when they go looking, they're like, oh, well, there's the problem. My God almighty, I'm not subscribed. So they subscribe, only to find out they're actually unsubscribing from them. And the lack of push is just because YouTube is being YouTube lately. And there has been a lot of factors with it. We're going to do a show maybe Wednesday night on what I think is going on with all the problems with the push and that. That's a story for another day.
Yeah.
So first off, folks, let's talk about something. And forget about what YouTube does, okay? In the end, you're losing subscribers. It is not the end of the world. As you see, why I wanted to show you right from the beginning, we've been losing a lot through it all. Right now, we would have been around 15. We gained around 5,000 and some. We hit 10,000 on August 30th, I believe it was the exact day.
Yep.
We've gained 5,000 and some. We've lost 3.5 thousand or something like that. What are you going to do about it? You know, you can't give up. In the end, always remember that views are the most important, okay? So don't go and throw away your channel and feel that everything is done and over with because subscribers are gone. And I know it's a huge buzz around it. And I mean, I've always said too, you need subscribers to grow. You need to be seen by other people. You can't count and say, well, I got 100 people watching me. I'm good for the rest of my life. But it's like everything else. It's not the be all end all. And it's going to get pushed to you. I know they're already starting to take advantage of it. There is a reason why we have kind of backed away from a lot of connections over the year and stuff like that, because things have gotten just too insane on here, okay? Too insane. And you're going to see lots of quick fixes. Now you're going to see channels all of a sudden jumping, you know, 100, 200, 300 subscribers out of nowhere. They've usually gotten hit and they're going to try to compensate for it. And I'm going to tell you exactly what they're going to do. There's a couple of options. They're going to buy them. Anybody can go buy them. You got a credit card, you go online, you're going to find them. You don't need to be a computer programmer. Probably take you about 10 minutes. B, they're going to go and hit every place they can. And that's mostly going to be South Asia, because that's the highest rate of sub for sub, because the views are there to, the subscribers are there to grab quickly. Basically, it's like trying to throw a fishing pole into a swimming pool full of farm trout. You're gonna get so many bites in a second you won't believe it. See, there's places that specifically are just sub for sub. Drop in 20, 30 bucks, you're going to get a bunch of subscribers. Anybody who's doing even really good will maybe jump. I don't know, 50. I wish there was some in here that I'm trying to think of some that were in here a while ago, like South Sass Farmer. Are you still in here? You know, a lot of those channels, they're jumping, you know, from 10 to 40 a day. They're getting 9,000 views in that. So you tell me how channels can jump in a week and get like 100, 200, 170. It's there's no rhyme or reason to it. There's no logic behind it. And if that were the case, it would continue on a steady course like that for a while, and the views would go up exponentially on per video. But it's an absolutely fantastic, positively amazing way to kill your channel. And here is why. Out of desperation, the lack of minute, and it's got nothing more than vanity, folks. It's got zero to do with vanity. It's got nothing to do but vanity all over it. Because the algorithm is not programmed in the opposite way to react to that. It means nothing. Nothing. It doesn't help you in any shape or form. Since 2015, since they finally did such a crackdown in here to realize how badly channels were botted, they did a purge. And you want to talk about a purge back then? Some big music companies, I'm not even going to say their name on here, but you can look it up. Some of their music videos lost half their views. 25 million. 25 million views per video. It was finally established that you cannot rate a video or recommend it based on the views because it was too easy to bot. It is too easy to make it look big. Before that, yes, it was heavily pushed based on the number of views it had. Now it is engagement. And you tell me something. If you go into a place and you get 100 subscribers in an hour, in a day, try and tell me that they're going to come back and watch what you're doing. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. The same as with buying subscribers. That's not done botted. That's actual people that get about 1/10 of a penny per channel they join. And they're not coming back, and it even states right into it. Would you, for 1/10 of a penny, would you come back and watch all this content and comment onto it and everything? No. So by doing that, you've actually killed your channel. The algorithm's not impressed that you shot up another 1,000. The algorithm's more impressed if you have an extra 500 true comments onto it with engagement. The algorithm's more impressed if 35 people shared it out, and not shared out one after the other like a rapid machine gun fire. That's the simple truth of it. And why I showed you our numbers a while ago. And I'm going to, here, I'll just go back. I'll just leave it the 90 days. But you get the hint. Well, Pusa, if you know all about this stuff, why don't you do it? Well, that's why we don't do it. We could easily fix this. I could be sitting here saying right now we're celebrating 15K. No problem. It has been a hard year as far as that stuff has gone. Most definitely. But guess what? The algorithm doesn't give a shit about that. It don't care. This part is meaningless in the scheme of things. It's basing more on the engagement. When have we started to worry about it was actually in March when our push started going down because of the pandemic going on. That's what was actually worrying us.
The yellow coins that we started to get.
Exactly. That had us worried. That had us nervous.
Yeah.
Not this. You know? It's all smoke and mirrors, and it doesn't impress. And you know the sad part is most people that are preaching that are working with creators, and creators find this out after a while, even if they're new in here. And it's always the hope of getting the new ones and kind of like blinding them. That. So I'm saying this, I am begging you all, you'll get a ton of bad advice on here. For the love of God, if you don't want to throw away your channel, it's not worth it because it's not going to pay off. It's not going to, there's no benefit to it in the algorithm's eyes. And in the end of the day, that's all that matters. That's all that there's no other bearing onto it. Like when we hit 10K, it was, oh my God, I can't believe they hit 10K. And now, well, I mean, 10K, it's just, they're getting there in a month. But yet the videos have 500 views on them and stuff like that. I mean, you can look at anything, you can pick it out a mile away. Anybody. And you can go and compare it yourself. You can even go and look on Social Blade, see when they had spikes. Do they make sense? Do the views correspond with the spikes in subscribers? All that stuff is so important to look at. It really is. That is actually encouraging for us small channels about 1K that the algorithm doesn't care. Exactly. And I can't stress it enough because there's always two sides to every coin on YouTube. YouTube has become as polarized as politics. I kid you not. It's either you need subscribers, you can't live without subscribers, you'll die without subscribers. And the other side saying, no, man. Just sit back and just share it with two friends that you really love and hold hands and pinky swear. All that stuff is bullshit, folks. It does matter. You do got to grow, but it's not going to tank your channel. Let me put this to you. Say you're a channel with 2,500 subscribers. Let's just pick a number because there's some bigger, some smaller in here. What would you prefer? To get 500 subscribers tomorrow or get an extra 70,000 views a month on your video? Which would you pick? Number 1 for subscribers, number 2 for views. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. Number 1 for subscribers, number 2 for views. And be honest, there's nobody on the guy, nobody's taking names or nothing like that. Truly, how do you feel about it? What if somebody came to you that could give you that? And we're not talking about, we're talking if they could promise you actually 500 real people. And I'm saying 2,500, so let's say you're already monetized, so you're not worried about monetization. Let's forget that out of the equation. 500 real subscribers or 70,000, I think it said 70,000? Mm-hmm. Yeah, 70,000 views. Oh, in a heartbeat. And look, we have channels in there all over the side, from all over the spectrum. And I'm not knocking anybody if you want to pick number 1. Like I say, we're not taking names. The thing is, you're getting so much more benefit out of that 70,000 views. Because the views are the ones that bring in the money. You get $0 for having subscribers. And you see videos in here where the guy's got 8 videos, 1,000 subscribers, and some of them are in 3 million views over the last 5 years in that. That's not bad. So just something to put it all in perspective. Hey, Kitty J, how are you? Great to see you. Great to see you. I see a lot putting 2, some putting 1s, and I thank you for your honesty. I do. Like I said, nobody's taking names. You have every right to do what you want on here and what you want. I'm just saying, before it's preached to you or you feel like the end of the sky, like the sky is falling. It's not sky. Pixelpia, I want both. I like your style, Pixelpia. And so do I. I want some subscribers too. And I also want more views. I'm just saying we got way more nervous over the views than we ever did over the subscriber thing. Of course they get bummed out. We've hit 11,600, and I'm not kidding here. In the last 2 months?
Yeah.
Probably 18 times.
Oh.
18 times.
Yeah.
And where are we at now? Let me tell you. I'll tell you exactly where we were. We got hit again twice in a row. And we sit with a proud, we lost 2 since we went live. We're actually down to 11,576.
Yay.
We started off the morning with 84 or 81, I forget.
Yeah, something like that.
And the day before that, we were in the 90s. Like
I even stopped looking at it because it's just going yo-yoing. So it's not even the point of looking at it.
No, it's torturing itself over nothing at this point. I'm worried about it. I want to fix it. I can prove the choice is easy with the revenue from my 2.6 million view video. Exactly, Bearded Picker. And he has a big channel, guys, over 70,000 subscribers. But in the end, the views is what's paying the bills when it's said and done. And I would worry way more about the push we're getting. I got hit also, the history buff said, guys, if you guys want to type now, let us know. Don't tell us where you're at and where you came from. Just tell us how many you lost. Purge King here. Boom. Hey, from all. How's it going? We were talking about this earlier tonight. That's right. How are you? Good to see you.
Now, I gotta put the disclaimer though that we do understand that the channels that are under 1K and that do want to get monetized do care about each and every one subscriber to get to that 1K. It's completely understandable because that's the requirement by YouTube, and you want to get there not because you want 1K, but because you want to get monetized. So you want to do, whatever things you want to do with monetization on your channel. So that is super understandable. That kind of goes into a little bit different category. For those of you that are in that thinking slate right now, I just want to remind you guys that you can monetize a lot of your things on your channel before you get 1K, 4K, okay? Don't wait for that. And that maybe is gonna reduce that worry about each and every subscriber, because I wish somebody would have told us that you can monetize merchandise, you can do a book, you can do free layouts, whatever you can offer people, you can do it all before you get 1K, 4K.
I think they're starting to post their numbers. That's why I have to say them out. So let's see where we're at so far, folks. I hope I'm up far enough to catch them all. We got Punchy Paint says lost 50. Truth's motivations and more, I lost 20. Rockin' Robbie's Roadhouse, I lost close to 50. The Trips 30. Now remember, folks, this usually goes in this with the size of the channel as well. To always take that into consideration. Farmall says 66 in 3 days. CW Gaming, I hit 508 times, 12 subs last night for 2 ATVs under our life. Lost roughly 50, says Cubs Den. I get hit about every few days, about 5+ at a time, says Norris Gaming. Yeah, that's very common too. That is quite common. A lot saying they're having that happen. It seems for every 3 subs I gain, I lose 1. Yeah, and it's in a hard time, right? And that's the thing that makes it so hard to gauge what would be regular appearance on here because of that stuff. I'm getting 15 subscribers per day, sometimes 30 subscribers. When I'm losing subs, I'm losing like 2 to 5 subscribers per day. And you see, that's a lot of subscribers. My Inspired John channel lost 20 but gained 15 in 28 days. You see, that's it. We were in the negative. We finally showing black out of 2 months or a month and a half. We're finally back in the black with, I think, a total of 9 or 13. That's gone now probably on that one.
Extra steps, lost 115.
Grandpa Rails
lost 5 today, 30 in 24 hours for Laura. The Rights Way 50 in last 2 days. Lost 100 for Scott's Thoughts. Yeah, and Purgatory Paranormal, no comparison, keep going up 10, then back down. Now, the fluctuations where you go up and down is normal, and that have been going on before. You know, it's a part of YouTube. It always goes up and down in a little kind of heart wavy way. It's normal, it's okay. You should be more alarmed when you have these huge chunks, like you see people in the chat where smaller channels, you know, are getting 25, 50 losing, you know, a little bit bigger channels, maybe 100 lost, you know, maybe even more in a very short amount of time. That's when you start to think more about YouTube Purge. Other than that, it's normal fluctuations. It's normal. It's part of YouTube, and that just it keeps happening to everyone. Just on top of that, now a lot of channels are experiencing this huge purge as well.
Ninth Element, I made it to 1K without considering the views at the end of the month. I will start losing my watch hours. I gained 100 subs in the last few days. I need 3. Well, that's the thing, and you know, that's the hardest part when it comes into it. Everybody's pushed on the subs. The hours are a lot harder to get first off the bat. They really, really are. That's the tried true. Very few times, and yes, I know somebody's going to bring an exception to the rule. Yes, there is an exception to the rule, but that's why they did the exception to the rule. Oh, you didn't have to do that, the history buff. You didn't have to do that, John. You didn't have to do that,
bud. Thank you so much, John.
No, you didn't have to do that. Thank you very much. Do appreciate it. Do appreciate it. I have such little movement either way. Steady up for a while, then a few down. Well, you know what? First off, in the summer, unless your audience is heavily geared towards New Zealand, Australia, etc., if you're staying above water, you're making the summer good. This is not the time for a YouTube channel to explode. It almost never happens. Almost never happens. Once again, there'll always be an exception to the rule. That's more setting up for the fall and stuff like that. Grant McIntosh, how you doing? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. I have put Andrew seeing 400 views on a video. I cannot figure out where they came from. I've tried to figure it out. But do you think they're bought views? What you're going to look for in that video is especially go and look at the geography and see where the majority of the views were coming from. For most people that have a channel, unless you live in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Brazil, etc., if, say, all your views pretty much or the huge majority of them are coming from those areas, that's a great way to tell right away. It can happen sometimes that a video just takes off. That does happen. So I like that you're questioning it. That's the biggest part of all. It's not that lightning can't strike and something great happen, but it's always good to check. It was really important to check because you want to know, because if somebody ever messes with your channel like that, you want to know right away and hopefully you're monetized, because you got to get a message into your rep as soon as possible, letting them know what happened. Unlist the video. Do not privatize it. Do not privatize it. Unlist it if that's the case, something like that. And then send off the message to them with the video, the ID, etc., and let them know. Because if something ever does happen, the algorithm picks up onto it and you get a strike, you can show that you have been trying to fight it and that's your only saving grace. Otherwise, how can they're going to say exactly this? Well, how do we know you're not lying? So that's really, really important. But good on you for asking. I have much respect for people who did that.
Hello, TubeBuddy, just joining us as well. We're just talking about the purge going on or not going on YouTube, if you're losing huge chunks of subscribers in the recent days or not. Thank you so much. Yeah, definitely. So fluctuations back and forth is normal. Losing a couple of subscribers and then gaining some back is normal. Having slower growth in the summer, if you are in this part of the world, is normal because people are more outside. They're less home, less watching things. It's okay. Usually summer is the slower months altogether for bigger and for smaller YouTubers. So that's all part of YouTube. Okay, we're talking about these big chunks of floss that you guys are getting, we have been getting, and not everybody's been getting it, but it doesn't mean that it has stopped. It is still in process, and just because you haven't gotten it doesn't mean you're not going to get it, because it just slowly started to roll just after 2020. Well, I will even say the changes started in October 2019. That's when we started to talk about changes altogether, but this kind of a little change in YouTube started more and more, and with the new year, and then February, March, it just started to pick up speed and snowballing, and now more and more and more people all across Twitter, all across YouTube is talking about this problem, you know, although at the beginning there was only just a few. Ingrata, hello, how are you? Welcome back to our Pusa.
I was about to bring her up, and I just seen it was red, so we've known her for a long time, so let's see if it happens again. So there you go. It's red here for her. Let's click onto it. And subscribed.
Yeah, the three-way switch is right.
Do you know the last time when we showed this video, I actually had people commenting, oh, I tried it and I couldn't see it happening, so they must be just unsubscribing for you. How much more proof do you need than that? Like, how much more proof? And it's not just us. Oh, go check Twitter and see the thousands and thousands of comments going on about it. So there you go. Another little one to that. But a big thank you to Ingrata de Ortiz. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Once again, it's great to have you back. And thank you so much for supporting us. We really, really do appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Welcome back to our Pusa Pack. ATJ Travels here, Lost 26. Ninth Element. Your question is completely different. Realm, is it possible that someone is stealing your new subs? Well, you can't really steal the
Can I answer that
subscribers. Yes, please.
You can't really subscribe them. Like, you know, you hear about botted views and all this stuff. You can't bot subscribers. And like I say, when you go in, you're going to buy them. You're going to end up finding them. And how does Andrew know? Well, it's not hard to find out. And anybody can go look it up. There's a great piece by Marketplace, a Canadian show, that actually walks you through. They bust some of them. They get about an average, like I say, about a tenth of a cent per every time they subscribe to a channel. They get lists they have to join, blah, 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 blah. And it says right onto them, they're never coming back. They're never coming to watch. That's it. That's all. How do they steal subscribers from you? What they do is they'll join with a bunch of accounts from the same IP address, you know, and stuff like that. So they'll get caught later on by the algorithm. That'll pull them out. It's a way of messing with your numbers like that. It's kid stuff, you know, that kind of garbage like that. That's one of the big ways they do it. If you do anything on here, get ready, because there's always somebody. You know, I get messages from people probably 6 times a week saying, yeah, somebody approached me that says they seen you in a chat, but I never seen them there, blah, 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 blah. That kind of stuff. But my answer to that part is always, you know what? If they're going to like more what the other one does, what can I do about it? You know, I don't own anybody. I don't chase after anybody. I don't beg anybody. I don't guilt anybody. Guilt seems to be the new flash in the pants again on here. That's another live stream that's coming up very soon, talking about guilting people into shit on here, which is beyond sickening. So if anybody doesn't understand the difference between passing the hat and e-begging, stay tuned, because that's going to be covered very, very, very soon. I did this on the live stream the other day, Pusa. I was able to show everyone the whole unsubscribing thing from the list. Scott says, exactly. It happens. There's no way around it. How are you doing? On my main channel, my analytics show I have 3190 subscribers, but it only shows 3130, which is correct.
Yeah, let me answer this one. I have been answering this question to, I don't know, at least half 100 people this week on our YouTube group, on DMs, on Twitter, on email. The same question with different numbers. So many people have been answering this. And now the answer to all of you with regards to one type of number showing on your public subscriptions on your homepage, and another type of number showing on your YouTube studio. According to YouTube, and I'm quoting YouTube, and the original source is the one you should be believing, okay? YouTube is the one I'm quoting. The number that shows up in your YouTube Studio Analytics is the correct one.
Yeah.
Whatever else you see on your homepage, on anywhere else besides your YouTube Studio Analytics is not correct, okay? It can be rounded up, it can be rounded down, it can be not caught up yet. It can be a bug, it can be a whole bunch of different things. So it doesn't matter what your public subscriptions are showing. It doesn't matter. What matters is what you see in your YouTube Studio. Everything else is going to eventually catch up. So focus on the number. If you really look at each and every number that you lose or you gain, focus on the number on your YouTube Studio Analytics. The differences doesn't matter because that's the one and only number that is correct. And that is according to YouTube. They have been saying that multiple times. Okay, so that's the answer for all of you. Even if somebody tells it and asks the same question to you, you tell them the same thing. YouTube says YouTube Studio Analytics is the one you should be relying on, okay? So there you go.
I love that, Yeti. That's awesome. And it's great to have a purpose on here. That's so important. Folks, that's content. Content, of course, it's important as well. You know, that's the thing. You got to have some people to watch, you know. And the thing is to don't go give up on your content, give up on your channel because things are going through a lull right now. Because you're going to get all kinds of answers on how to do that right now. And you got to, if you jump in all kinds of traps, and Lord knows there's enough of them being offered, it's a short-term killing of a channel to a long-term thing that could have been easily sorted out. With YouTube, you've got to get used to riding the waves on bad times on here. Because it happens. And you got to find ways to make the best of it. Our layout and all that changed when we had a problem last fall. Instead of fighting with it and all that stuff, we dealt with everything else that we did have control of. And then when the problem passed, we were ready to go out of the gate. That doesn't mean, I don't want to make it sound like, Xenia brought up a good point a while ago too. I don't want to make it sound like subscribers don't matter and we don't care. You don't think I want to kick this monitor in sometimes when I'm looking at where we're at and stuff like that? I get fed up like anybody else. I'm only human. We all get that. But you got to have your moment to get frustrated, and you deserve to have that moment. But then it's time to move on and then find a way to deal with the situation or end it. Because if you go and you buy subscribers, you go and you top them off, and I'm sorry, I'm going to say it right now. Buying subscribers off a website, going to some great big Jesus mate fest and where they're all passing them out like they're oh God, I was going to use some bad words there. I'm not going to use it. Like they're handing out free samples, all that stuff. Sub for sub channel, that's direct sub for sub, all those kind of things like that. You're digging your own grave because it's like steroids. You know, people use steroids to build muscle. What happens when they stop using steroids? What happens? Oh, yeah. That's the big question. What happens when you stop using steroids? And we're going to call all that stuff, buying them sub for sub, all that stuff, it will fall under the steroids help. And the worst part is, it doesn't help you in your job any. That's like taking it and putting your health in jeopardy and everything to press a couple of the girls aside, but yet it has nothing to do with your job. I don't know, you're a legal secretary. It's got no bearing on what you do. So go ahead and do it. But the algorithm doesn't not only impress, it doesn't care. The only thing it cares about is if it picks up onto it and those IP addresses connected to those subscribers turns out to fall into botted list, they gone. And when we got the first big purge where they redid all the system, we lost 43. Don't quote me on it, something like 42, 43. That fell right in range with a channel of 4 to 6,000 at the time. Right in that kind of range. Most channels our size were losing that. Some 35, some 55, but pretty much within that realm. But I also watched channels lose 400 that were in that size. I also watched a channel that was 51,000 drop to 18,000 right before your very eyes. That was something to see. That was something to behold. And there was many stories like that. So you can think that you beat the system by doing it. You never beat the system because the algorithm doesn't care about it. It means nothing. And if you think you're doing it to wow the personal perception of the people coming in and that, well, don't you think they're going to start asking more questions about the views and that? And I know there's ways of trying to work around it. Is my phone going off?
No, it's our daughter singing.
Oh, okay. Oh my God. In the end, you're screwing yourself on your channel. It's as simple as that. I mean, I don't care if anybody does it. Like I say, Farmall's in here. Here's a channel. We hit 10,000, then Farmall hit 10,000. And all of a sudden, I guess, I don't know, there was something in the milk on here or something like that, and channel started hitting 5, 6, 8, 10,000. They were just lickety split. So, Farmall, a big apology to you and I for both having to spend 2 years waiting to get there. I'm sorry, I'm always counting you in when I say you and I. You know that already. That's right. That's Xenia. She's half of it. But it's pointless, and that's what's going to get pushed more and more and more, and I see it already starting more. They lose 100 or so. Oh my God, people will see I lost 100 and my channel will explode and nobody will like me anymore, so I'll just go buy 1,000, or I'll just go and drop a 50 in a place that's called sub for sub Fortnite or whatever and call that a fix. Well, people are going to trace it. I mean, and the worst part is the algorithm might in a month from now say, oh, they're all on the list, poof, gone. Then try to explain that. Well, what do you have to do? Mosey back onto there, put up another 50, ching, ching, come back. It's going to be like one of those TV shows, you know, where they show the same thing happening over and over. Ching, ching, can I buy this up? Ding, 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 gone. Ching, ching, gone. Over and over and over. So, it's not helping you get more subscribers. It's not helping you get more views. Why? Because the algorithm is not geared to look at it that way. So that's why it does not care. The only thing about more subscribers is it means more people retention watching you. That means they're basing on the retention of the subscribers and not the number. And that's what people are really missing in this whole equation.
No, we're not saying that subscribers are not important. Subscribers are important. Every little piece of what you have on YouTube is
if they watch. That's the whole point. If they watch, they're very important. That's money in the bank, meaning not money you're getting paid for them. Means that you'll have an audience come back to watch the next time you do something. But if you bought them or grabbed them from God knows what.
Exactly, because your subscribers that do watch your content in the first couple hours of your video being out there are actually pushing your video even more than people who are not your subscribers at the very, very few couple of hours of your video being posted. So there are benefits of having more subscribers, the legit ones, if they are watching your content. Because it not only earns you money with views, because it's in general, it's pushing, it also helps you push it. Because YouTube says basically, oh, people that already subscribed, they are still interested in that new video. Well, let's show it to some other people. Maybe they're going to want to watch that video too. Okay, so it's all intertwined. And somebody says, you know, this doesn't matter or that doesn't matter, it's not true. You know, tax doesn't matter or subscribers doesn't matter. It all matters. It's just, you know, you got to understand in what meaning does it matter and how does it matter. Ask the question why when somebody asks you what, you know, when somebody tells you that something doesn't matter. Why? Let them explain it to you, because there are reasons why we have these things, why YouTube gives us these things. Otherwise, they wouldn't be existing there, you know. Yeah.
You want people watching, you want them coming back. That's why when we do our wheel, that's why we don't charge for shoutouts. We don't do any of that craziness, because you know what? If you come here and you get up on the board and somebody sees your channel, and if you've done a good job, you're more likely to have some of them stay around. Are they all going to stay? Never. Nope. I guarantee. There's not much I can promise in here, but I guarantee you not every one of them is going to stay. But you might get some of them. It's great to have subscribers if they're real, if they're going to watch. And that's the simple fact of it all. That's as simple as that. The only thing that impresses the algorithm with subscribers is if they're staying there and watching what you do. And it's not the subscriber part that impresses them. It shows that you got a good ratio of your subscribers versus your watch. That's why the analytics are there. That's exactly what they're there to show you. So you can say, wow, I got X number of subscribers and I'm only 10% of them are watching what I do. I got to find something out. Why is 90% watching that's not subscribed? That's what you're supposed to be using that for. To figure out the retention, to get more of your subscribers to keep watching it, and then bring in more subscribers. But I can't stress enough that it will watch what you do. So, what is food for thought? Views matter. They really do. They really, truly do, of course. Exactly. And that's why I say we worried way more when we started getting the yellow coin and not getting the push we had, versus when the subscribers started going all haywire. Honestly, and I'm not trying to sound like you can sit there and say, well, they got 11,000. We're a drop in the bucket on YouTube. We have no delusions about that whatsoever. What good is that if nobody's getting, content is getting to them? When we complain about the light switch thing, you go and you search for them, it shows you're not subscribed, you do, etc. It unsubscribes you. I'm not worried about that for the subscribers. I'm worried about that because that's people who aren't getting notifications from us, going to try to find us, and thinking, well, there's the problem why I'm not hearing from them. I'm not subscribed when they're actually unsubscribing by doing it. That's the part that worries me. The subs and views are great, but the new friends and acquaintances are worth more than money for sure. I love this YouTube community. That is absolutely awesome, Rockin' Robbies. That is what it's all about. I'm very careful about community. I got to say, because I know there's someone going to call me and if I don't say it. I agree with what you said, and I agree. What I worry about is when the ones on here are using community to try and suck people in, to throw a bunch of money their way, and that because they pinky swear that they're going to watch every video that the other one does like a fucking book club for the rest of their lives. That's the part where I used to get really angry with the community stuff, because that to me is just another form of, it's bribery, a cult, whatever you want to call it, of drawing people in. I know what you mean, but I got to say, because I know there's somebody going to call me on it if I don't. So that's the difference between the two. It's nice to make some friends on here. Don't get me wrong. That's what's important. If you're having a good time and doing what you want to do on here, and you're getting what you want, and actually, Rockin' Robbie, let me bring your channel up for a second. You're actually a good person to use as an example here. Let me get you up here. I hope you don't mind. Just give me a second, folks. I got a really good channel at a good size to give an example. Rockin' Robbie's Roadhouse. There, I'm subscribed to him. Not subscribed. It's red. Oh, that's why I haven't seen any video from the last couple of days. If I click that, guess what happens? But when we go over, there's another one. Subscribe to him. Right there. Alrighty. So let me take a look here. Let me get you up in Social Blade. Well, anyways, he's got 2.31K. Look at his views. 2.2, 1.7, 2.9, 1.7, 2.5, 3, 4.6, 2.1. Look at the consistency in all this. He is getting more than 1,000% on a lot of these videos. Now, if he went and bought 10,000 subscribers tomorrow, okay? So that's going to put him up to 12,000, 3.1, we'll say. The algorithm doesn't give two shits about that. Because it's not going to, because those ones that he went and bought, or ones that he would go and get, those 10,000, they're not going to watch. How can somebody watch when they're, it's impossible. You're buying them to say the numbers are there. It's a vanity thing. It has nothing to do with the way the algorithm will perceive you or recommend you. And some think, well, if I put it there, oh my God, they're gonna come over, they're gonna be wowed, and I'm gonna be like a hero. Well, yeah, but if YouTube's not recommending people to come over, that's basically just people that you're meeting. So you're not helping yourself any. You're just doing it because you want a pat in the back? Or is it to get more money out to basically extortion them and say, look what I'm doing and I can do this for you? It's a pile of bullshit. Now, you see the consistency here. 2.2, 1.7, 2.9, 1.7, 2.5, 3, 4.6, 2.13. Yeah, he had a rise in the 4.6 to 4.3, 3.8. These are all falling within the parameters of his channel. There's a pattern here. It's not like where you see 120 views, 117 views, 18,020 views. The next day after it, 146 views, etc., etc., etc. And yes, not everybody knows to look for all the signs to see when somebody's been screwing around with their channel. It doesn't take long for them to learn. Everybody learns at some point. Because you know what? Us and many others get questions like, in the chat, because some of them really don't care. Some of them message us privately. Listen, I've noticed something about such and such a channel. Does this make sense to you? And if it's like, haven't gained any subs for 5 days, gained 10, gained 420 subscribers on Thursday. On Friday, gained 210. Didn't gain any for the next 10 days. And the views are all like 100 and something. And then they shoot up to 10,000. I mean, all those things are huge red flags. And I know a lot are getting into that. I know a lot are getting suckered into it. I know a lot are getting promised all kinds of stuff. And I know a lot of you will feel desperation with your numbers going down. And that's the main reason, on top of answering some questions, why I want to come on tonight to tell you. Just because something like this is happening, you don't need to piss away your channel. Unless you're ready to sit here and buy them or go to those places and get them for the rest of the time you're on. And is that really what you came on YouTube to do? And it's still not going to help. You're just going to be replenishing and replenishing. And it's funny, if you watch those channels enough and you check them on Social Blade on the 2-week patterns over a bit, you're going to see when they had to go top off, and you're going to see, because all of a sudden there was a minus 100, a minus 200. Oh, got to fix that. It's like somebody dug in the carrot, took out a carrot out of the drill. Oh, carrot's gone. Got to put another carrot back in. There you go. Quickly get that back right there. Oh, they took the carrot again. Let's put another carrot back in. It's a pointless endeavor. And the whole time you're doing it, the algorithm could give two shits about it. It couldn't care less. It is about as unimpressed with it as anything it could be, because it's not in the equation for basing your channel. Okay? And you're going to say, well, big channels get more views and stuff like that. They get more views. That's what they're basing it on to. Those views. Not, oh, this channel is 1.2 million. They're basing it on, well, this last video had 4.3 million views. That's what they're basing it on to. And Rock and Roll says 64% from non-subscribers. I'm not surprised whatsoever because of your numbers. And that's why I brought yours up. Yours is a fantastic example. You're over, but it's consistent. And I bet you when I start going through and looking at the comments, you're going to see a common number of comments from most of them. Yes, some you're going to get a little bit more, a little bit less. It's when you get three comments. And yet the channel has jumped, like one video had an extra 10,000 views than the other one, but yet they have the same amount of likes, and they'll try and hide the likes and dislikes, but you can still go by the comments. It's not. I dare any of those channels to show their analytics and show where all their views are coming from and stuff like that, where their subscriber base are. That's why I've always showed ours. That's exactly why. You know, that's the truth. I've always been kind of a pissing in the wind kind of guy on that kind of stuff. I enjoy it. I enjoy it as a sport. And it's just as open and honest. I won't share everything. If there's something I don't want to show, I won't show it. But there's not much we won't show. And there's not many that do show it for that simple reason, don't want to show what's going on. They'll give you answers and, oh, well, you know, it's, the sky is this. And, you know, you're going to get all kinds of answers to it. But, I mean, that's the simple truth. This has been fun. You having a good time?
Randy. Oh yeah, I'm having a great time in the chat.
Good stuff. Yep, it's generally the same people that comment on the videos consistently. Exactly. And I hope you don't mind once again, Rock and Roll. You're just a good sized channel to really show how this is working and all that. So I thank you very much for being on display for us all. I tried to get proof out of them, kind of ends the conversation. Yeah, it usually ends with a big lull after that, yeah.
A little conversation here as well. I see some of you guys are getting more views from people that are not subscribed, and I just wanted to voice the suggestions that I was saying to Gary here as well. One of the ways how to get your viewers to subscribe is to not only mention it at the beginning of your video, but also show them. We forget that, you know, we hang around a lot of YouTubers, people that create videos, people that understand YouTube, how it works, you know, what is important, what is the red button. Yep. Viewers that are not creators don't get it. They don't understand the importance. Oftentimes they don't even understand what they're supposed to do, okay? So mentioning it at the beginning is a must, but even more so is to show them actually where is the button and how to click on it. It's not only works as an explanation, but also from psychological point of view, the visuals work and embeds in the brain just so much better than just saying it. And also a little tip for you is to actually point into the direction where you have your visual. So if it's there, you point there. If it's down below, you point down below. That little thing actually improves people actually doing it. Yeah, you might say what, but yes, that's how our brain works. So there's just a couple of things how you can get those viewers to be subscribers as well.
Hot Sauce Junkie Tim, how are you? Casper T. Oh, how are you? Great to see you. And Hot Sauce Junkie Tim, I want to answer your question, but I don't quite get the question behind it. These subscriber counts are all which ones do you talk? What we're talking about tonight is losing subscribers, and one of the things that people are trying to counteract it is by jacking them up. But I want to make sure I answer your question. I'm not quite sure how to go about it, so sorry about that. One time I had a 70 replies comment on one of my vids, not to mention the topic had nothing to do with the video. Yeah. Hell Galaxy, how are you? That's a great one too. You can tell when people are in there and there's just a bunch of gibberish and stuff like that. Because guess what? You can buy comments too. Oh.
Yeah, Robert Proscop here from Australia. Good morning to you. Good lunchtime, I guess, already. How are you doing? Good to see you here as well. Mina joined us in the meantime as well. Good to see everybody that just joining us right now. We're just talking about the Purge. Is it real or not?
Hot Sauce Johnny's asking because he lost 70. And it's purging, it's glitching. We can't get a solid answer out of it yet. I mean, it's not the first time it has happened. It is a normal process, folks. It's supposed to be doing it all the time. But remember, sometimes it can miss after a while, and then it does a cleanup. So, Above and Beyond Drones, how are you? Great to see you, by the way. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, Hot Sauce Junkie Team, I just explained that one, that there are going to be discrepancies between your public account and your YouTube Studio.
Definitely.
You always should rely only on the one that is on YouTube Studio Analytics. That's the correct one. Everything else is a glitch, a roundup, a downsize, whatever you want to call it.
Gary, Sprinkler Repair. Pusa is always so helpful. Well, thank you so much for the super chat. Do appreciate it.
Well,
thank you so very much.
The tip helps. Looking forward to report how it helped. Thank you so much.
That was extremely kind of you. You didn't need to do that, but thank you so very much. We do appreciate it. We do appreciate it, folks. Like I say, even you hear me going on, of course we appreciate it. I mean, we're in here to do it. When I was talking, well, just to clarify, and I am going to be doing the stream about it very soon, is I'm talking about guilting people into it. That kind of stuff that's where it crosses into e-begging. Everybody has a right to make it. YouTube put the buttons in there once again. It's like the subscribe button. They're well aware it exists. So thank you so much. It is a great support. It helps it a lot. Thank you. Marlin Music Channel. Sorry about that. How are you? Great to see you. T Studio X, how are you? Welcome.
40 Entrepreneur Drive, just waking up as well. Midnight Shift, oh my God. Well, thank you so much for jumping in. Good to see you here as well. Good to see everyone. Now, a couple of the reasons why you might be losing some
Thank you.
subscribers.
Can I just say thank you to Tim? Because I know you got something to say. I just want to say this. Tim, thank you so much. And you and the wife, you guys got such a great, clean-looking setup. We've been having a bit of trouble commenting in chats lately, but I was watching the other night. You really got a good show. Make sure to take care of it, my friend, and grow it, because you really got something special going on. The chemistry between you two, the layout and that. We need more shows doing lives that look great like that with that kind of effort. So I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, we love couples.
We're biased, yeah.
Say hi to the wifey.
Yes, definitely.
So I wanted to mention just two of the reasons that might be part of what you're losing, and that's just part of it. Now, again, remember that all of the usual things of fluctuations, of filtering out the subscribers, they're still happening. Those things haven't gone away. They are still happening. So everything else is just on top of that already. So one of the reasons is that YouTube have been very tightening up their guidelines. And I don't know if you have heard or not, two things that have been majorly closing accounts, and that's something that you can see in your analytics, as Andrew was saying.
Yep.
So if you look in your analytics, you actually can see that maybe that is the reason where your subscribers have gone, or where have you lost them. One, as you know, there have been some bot mobs going around with those wannabe friends comments. We talked about that in a couple of live streams. There was this huge ring of bots just going and commenting and asking to be friends, and we talked in details about that in the live stream. But YouTube actually have been attacking those, and thanks to all you guys is reporting them, blocking them, everybody on YouTube trying to reduce them, they actually have been reducing a lot of bot channels, a ton of them, and you might not even imagine how many actually are there. So those have been gone away, majority of them. Another thing that have been happening even just more recently in the last week or so, because of the harassment rules that have, anti-harassment rules that have been there since the end of the last year, but they have specifically have been enforcing them even more these last 2 weeks, and especially the last week. They have deleted over 30,000 channels, guys. Tons of commentary channels have been demonetized or partially demonetized. A lot of channels have been deleted or removed. Their accounts have been terminated. Over 30,000 accounts just for anti-harassment policies. So some of those accounts could be people that followed you. It's also very, very possible. So you got to think about these huge events that happen on YouTube, that they all pile up on top of each other, that also can cause these huge avalanches of a cleanup of subscribers altogether. Now, is it a purge like it used to be, like it was a year and a half ago? Most likely. That all the signs show it, that it's there.
Yep.
But is it officially? No. But YouTube always said that it is cleaning up the subscribers. So I don't think we're gonna get the official answer on that one.
Nope. You want to talk about him for a sec?
Yeah.
I guess it kind of ties into it. I know it's not exactly, but or you want to save it for another night?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh, there you go. We just hooked you up, guys, on something. Yeah, so there you go. A couple of reasons. And just want to remind you guys, don't stop making your videos because you see those fluctuations. It can be discouraging. We understand that. We're going through the same thing. We have been under 1,000. In fact, when we were under 1,000, we had to have 1,000 to go live on any kind of device. That's how we first went live. So we understand that. It wasn't even just about monetization at that point. It was to be able to go live. So we understand that. Don't get discouraged, especially in the summer. If you're on this part of the hemisphere, it is slowing down in general. Just gear up, plan ahead, get ready for the fall, and keep on creating content.
If you have new software you want to learn, this is the time to use it. If you have a new camera you want to learn, this is the time to get over the learning curve. If you want to do a new layout for your channel, this is a great time to do it. This is a great time to take care of all those things and still make appearances and still put out your content. Just look at it more as trying to float rather than take on the waves. The waves are coming. People are all, and remember, it hit earlier this year because of the pandemic. It hit us earlier this year. People are just sick of being inside. They've watched so much YouTube, it's coming out of their ears. They've watched so much Netflix, it's coming out of their ears. Everybody can only take so much. And you probably feel the same way, as you create your stuff, but to go watch other stuff, you've just had as much as you can do. Eric Garcia, how are you? It's been a while. How are you? Good to see you. Sorry if we missed some people around in some comments and that. Trying to catch as many. Should I upload daily? That's if you can keep that schedule going all the time. That's really hard to do.
Yeah, I wouldn't really suggest it.
No.
The best time to
Brutal Jenkins.
The best time to upload daily is December. There is a reason why a lot of even bigger YouTubers are doing Vlogmas, because the biggest AdSense is in December. You think they just want to do daily vlogs in December when everybody's hassling and there's Christmas? No, but they know that that's the highest season for the highest views and the highest paid ads, and that's why they do daily vlogs in December. So if you really want to do daily uploads, save it for December.
Straight up slots. We're not letting anybody put the numbers, but I'll let you because it was 1K. That really, really sucks. Hello Friends just cleared 1K and then they took 32. And yeah, everybody is singing the blues on this stuff. They really are. Sky Ray Eats, how are you? It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. You smoking Demorier? No, I'm not smoking Demorier. This is, well, yeah. We got to get on Twitter or something like that, Ronaldo. We got to connect up so we can have a chat.
It's almost that. Dana, I see, has the same problem that we have in the chat. I have to approve all of the comments.
Yeah, see what's happening to Dana Go? That's what's happening to our channel in most places now. Wherever we go talk, unless we're a monitor, it turns us right away into our comments are being held for review. And we're trying to get it fixed with YouTube. It's been a slow and monotonous process. The Susie channel is in the house. How are you? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We've known Susie since the very, very get-go. First live stream, I'd say.
Yeah, good to see you. Yes, Hexim in place, definitely. December is the best time. So, pre-record so you can just schedule the releases and don't worry about it. Mina, I'm so sorry with what was happening with you, but it's so good to see you. Missed you here, of course. Guys, good to see each and every one. There's so many amazing people, and I see a lot more different people. I'm sure, some of the bans have lifted, some have come back, some have gone to work, some, there's a whole array of things going on across the world now, and some of you are coming back to YouTube, I see as well, so that's great to see. That is great, Aximit. Your fingers crossed, you're doing fantastic, so don't deviate from that.
Yeah. Remember, folks, in the end, just don't, and YouTube should never be treated like a speedboat. It's a gigantic ship, your channel. Never make fast changes. Never cut to the right, cut to the left. You always want to ease into something, no matter what you do. No matter what you do. You never want to be reactionary on here. Yeah. Reactionary can kill your channel in a heartbeat. And yes, it will be tempting. And yes, it will be discouraging. We get discouraged too. Like I said, right now we should literally be around 15, 16,000, and that's conservatively because we hit 10,000 on August 30th, 2019. And we've had a hell of a year with the subscribe. But you know what? Our views have been great up until we had the problems in March. Yeah. I'm not trying to make a lot more money, but even if they want to throw that out, we've actually made probably better money than we ever had as well into it. And you gotta focus on those things as well and look at the big picture. In the end, subscribers are just more guaranteed people that are going to come and watch you, but they need to be real subscribers. Going and buying them, going to some sub for sub flea market, there's no benefit to it. It's just for vanity. If you do it, you cannot sit there and justify it in any sense except saying, look at me, look what I have. Because the algorithm doesn't care. The algorithm doesn't look at it. The algorithm isn't influenced by it. There's absolutely zero benefit to YouTube except to try and brag to somebody else. And so the only thing about it is there's no upside, but there's a huge downside if it ever gets tagged with it. And that's what happens a lot. If you're wondering what happens and how they find out and they get rid of a bunch of botted accounts, or if somebody joins you with 10 different accounts from the same one, they match it up finally with the IP addresses. Some try to get a little more clever with it and do it through VPNs and all that. But in the end, if you're doing it, if somebody does it to you, you can't stop it. We know some people screw with our channel. I mean, we're not idiots. But we're not going to add to the problem because there's no benefit to us except to sit there and tell everybody. Like I said, I can come back here in 15 minutes and I'll have enough subscribers. I'll go buy them and we'll be at 15,000 and we can have a pitiful celebration. Like when we had 10K, it was a gigantic celebration.
Oh my God.
It was an event. That was one of the few times we really pulled out all the stuff, got excited. So now I'm watching them. They all hit 10,000. They almost try to slide it in so nobody sees it. I hit 10K. Thank you very much, everybody.
We were celebrating for the whole month coming up to it.
Yep. I want to thank my credit card. And that's it. They don't want to bring it up because they know what it leads to.
Yeah.
No, that was a huge event and definitely very memorable for sure. But you know what? It all is relative, and we know what we work for and how we work for to get there, and that's all that matters.
All right, Dane, go. It's time to go. I try to give you a chance, but you're driving me crazy. There we go. I like your name. You knew where this was all running. I like that. I like predictions. Have fun with it, or else it's work. Exactly, and that's part of the process. Exactly, Bro, a good point. Enjoy the process of YouTube. And you can get frustrated with any hobby. And there's times, yes, we despise it and we'll curse it down. But we can't do it day in and day out, every day, or we might as well get off of here. We're going to go nuts. It's not worth it to drive yourself to insanity over, or to go and see. You might as well, if you're going to get to the point of buying it or going and just packing on the pounds for it to try and impress 5 people, you might as well leave anyways, take a break and come back fresh. Because we'll come back with better answers than that. Well, I never got a channel that spams channels when I go live. Oh, we've gotten them.
Yeah, 40 entrepreneurs drives, and unfortunately I've heard that happening, but I'm glad it's solved out there as well. Commented in my video, I'm really happy about it. That is awesome.
That is awesome.
You're doing fantastic. Just keep on going.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That is fantastic.
That is a big thing.
Definitely. Keep on going. It all sounds fantastic. Fingers crossed. Just, don't look back and keep on rolling. Ximity plays.
Yeah, we don't want to drive ourselves bald, that's for sure. You play a mean guitar like my dad used to. Johnny Pockney. That is awesome, Billy. Yeah, Johnny is awesome. Johnny Pockney is amazing. When it starts pissing me off...
That's mine.
Yeah. When it starts pissing me off, I just step away from it for a while. Exactly, Uji-san Arts. Exactly. Very well said. Very well said. I mean, your art speaks for itself. And when the algorithm's not working in your favor, it's a great time. And that's what we've done in the past, too. Like our whole new layout that we did was based on a time when we were going through a bit of a lull with our channel. People were screwing with it. We can't fight it every night. So we just kept doing what we were doing, let it pass, and in the meantime, we tried to make our channel better. So when that time passed, we have something new to bring to the table. And it actually helped because we did a launch for it. We got a new look and stuff like that. And it worked. It's David, the producer, is in the house. How are you, buddy? How are you guys making out? We're keeping tabs on you and that. Hope you're doing fantastic. You and Juliet, they just moved to New Orleans, folks, a little while ago. Hope you're doing fantastic. David, the producer, them have been having some pretty big guests on.
Yeah, that reminds me, though, unfortunately, that Charlie Daniels died today.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, passed away, unfortunately. Well, he was 80-some years old, but, yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, David. The association came quickly. I seen your name. It's like, oh, right. I forgot to tell Andrew. Yeah, they have had fantastic guests on their Saturday live streams on their virtual bar, guys.
Yeah.
Michael Price was there, some popular actors as well from TV, so check that out. How are you guys doing? I'm enjoying profusely all those Instagram posts that Juliet is posting. The food is fantastic. And
you guys are in your element. You're in your element. You can see it. There's no denying it. You guys are in your element. So
yeah.
David, the producer, was kind enough. I don't have them all here right now, but he got us Don Jameson from the TV show That Metal Show, and HBO's Inside the NFL, and of course Michael Price from The Simpsons. F is for Family, and we got to talk to him at Lucas Ranch, where he is the head of the Lego Star Wars franchise.
Oh my! Short and sweet. Blowing Lulu, get out of here! As soon as the borders open up, we, like I said,
Yes.
I'm sitting on a suitcase already.
Pretty much, we are getting the travel bug. There's no doubt about that. Thank you so much, and once again, I hope you and Julie are doing fantastic. We love you guys. Thank you so much. Yeti, you have a fantastic night. You take care of yourself. And Chuck GRC, such great advice. Thanks. I just started uploading videos about 2-3 months ago. Well, that is awesome. And that's the nice thing. Guys, here's a short thing about our channel. What our networking was always the same way. I don't want fly-by-nights, and I also don't want a bunch of snobs in here. I wanted channels from all different sizes to be able to come in, get to know each other, but also take time to learn from each other, not be pushing their agenda every 2 seconds. I could actually talk, not just about their channel, but other things. That's you guys are the ones that make us look good. When I say that, I truly mean it, because all of you in here fit that criteria to a T, and we appreciate it so much. Drone Kings and Darwin, I'm boycotting David the producer until I am on as a guest. There you go. I'll let you and David hammer that one out.
I see they're having some TV anchors this Saturday. I think it's Saturday at 1 p.m. So.
Oh my God,
yeah,
that's so cool.
Happy hour. So I'll have to check that out, guys.
This happy hour thing was you guys' best idea. It really complements everything your channel's about, and you guys' personalities, and that really, really cool.
Skyrate, I seen your comment. You should tweet at Team YouTube, hashtag YTHelp, hashtag GHelp. And why do you need those hashtags? Because it adds all the people, all the admins, not just somebody who is headlining their Twitter team, but actually all admins from Google and YouTube sees your tweet. Okay, so it's more chance of somebody answering. And tell about that problem happening, because this glitch that you're talking about is actually happening a lot these days. It might be because somebody is flagging you. It might be just because YouTube's AI is just a little fiddly these days. But nevertheless, tweet at Team YouTube with those hashtags.
Guys, though, we do have to get off. We have a very early morning tomorrow. This was kind of an impromptu one, but what an amazing one. You guys are absolutely amazing. You know what? If streams could be like this every night, I'd be the happiest person in the world myself. I think Xenia included.
Yeah, definitely, guys. But we're going to be back tomorrow with our special wheel.
That's
It's going
right.
to be coming tomorrow, and that is open for everyone. And then right after that, we're going to have members-only live streams, a live stream where we're going to talk about one magic word that is going to double your views. That's right. And all your questions about YouTube as well tomorrow in members-only stream. So back-to-back, the public one and the members-only. That's tomorrow night.
And if you're not a member yet, folks, make sure to check it out. There's the links right there. And tomorrow night, we will, just before that drawing, like Xenia said, our members of the week. So one big shout out again for our members of the week who will be replaced tomorrow night, but could never be replaced as great YouTubers. We're lucky to have each and every member. But from the Wrenched Up crew, Rideshare Trickster, and from the Wrenched Up Plus, WTF Mike, who loves being shouted out. And it's funny because this last week's winners, both of them had already won already.
Yeah,
Both. Yep,
which
Rideshare
was
Trickster and
fantastic.
WTF Mike, who loves to be shouted out. He loves being shouted out, WTF Mike.
Bunchy Pains, thank you so much. Email me, please, so I can check that question out.
Definitely.
And, you can always get in touch with us. On Twitter is the best way. DM us there. You can email us or wherever you can. And all social medias down below in our About section as well.
I guess what I will see, Pixel P, Pusa is guess what I will see you in both, LOL. Awesome. We love you for it, sweet. Thank you so very much. And Grant McIntosh says, I'm ready for Q&A with K&A. That's because he picked the title.
Yes, that's right.
Then we had a get together to decide what to call it. And thank you very much to Grant. And I'm wondering if Janet was not part of it as well. Q&A with K&A, and absolutely love the name. Oh my God, there we go. 40 Entrepreneur Drive.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much. Do appreciate it. And Chuck GRC, thank you both so very much.
For the Entrepreneur Drive, you just got Wrenched Up Plus! And the new member emojis are here in the chat. They're overflowing the chat because we have two. Chuck,
That is awesome.
Chuck GRC, welcome to YouTube and welcome to our Push a Pack. You just got Wrenched Up. Thank you so much to both of you, and I hope to see you in our Wrenched Up memberships only live stream tomorrow. So I'm so excited for it.
40 Entrepreneur Drive and Chuck GRC, thank you so very much. Do appreciate it. You guys are absolutely awesome. And of course, as well tonight, Angarata de Ortiz. All members tonight, thank you so very much. To all of our current members, our future members, and whatever you choose to be that is in here tonight, we can't thank you enough for all you do for us. You guys rock. Thank you so much for being here. Guys, if you can come back after and leave an on-topic comment on this, if you enjoyed it, if there was some information about it, an extra question, we hugely appreciate it. It helps us through what everything is going on as well. That helps way more with the views versus subscribers, but that one is really important. Thank you so much. You guys rock. Dave, the producer, once again, it was so great to see you, bud. Hope you're doing fantastic. Give our best to Juliet. Cheers for now. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Comment down below.
Comment down below, folks. It helps a lot. Bye for now.